Alright, today I'm going to be showing you a couple of projects that are easy to do when you have some free time on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, afternoon. I like to do these types of projects early in the morning, get them started, and then let the sort of my kitchen equipment, appliances work for me throughout the day to get the project done. So one of the projects is making homemade stock. This is something I like to do in the crock pot because it will not only cook in the crock pot the entire day, low and slow, it will also turn off by itself, automatically switch to a keep warm setting. So no matter where I am in the day, the machine will turn off by itself. What I have in here are a bunch of scraps that I've kept over probably the last couple of months that I keep in the freezer. So every time I peel carrots, I save the scraps. Every time I have some onion peels, I save the peels. You can literally save anything from any vegetable you peel. It'll only make your stock and your broth taste that much better. I even have leftover turkey. This is turkey wheat for Thanksgiving. It's been in the freezer. We're in February, so it's time to use this up. I didn't measure the water. I just poured enough water to get almost to the top of my crock pot. The only other things I added in are some red chili pepper flakes, because this stock I want it to have a little bit of spiciness to it, and also that spice is about to expire. So another tip, you have something about to expire, this is a great way to reuse everything in your fridge and in your spice cabinet. I also added some dried dill, some dried parsley, a few bay leaves. Other things you could add to it are maybe some garlic cloves. All I'm going to do is set it on low for 8 hours. It will reduce a bit, so the water will go down, and I will add more water as needed. After 8 hours, I will show you what it looks like, and I will show you how I strain it and can it and freeze it. Okay, my second project that I wanted to show you today is how to prepare sauteed carrots and onions and just have them prepped either in the fridge, or in my case, I'm going to put them into smaller freezer bags and freeze them just to have on hand for any kind of soup or dish that would require those two. Carrots and sauteed onions are used in so many dishes that I make, everything from soups, stews, like a beef stew, chicken, noodle soup, to any kind of braised dish. They add a ton of flavor. I don't always have time daily to sit and chop a full onion, to sit and peel and grate 3 or 4 carrots. So what I like to do is clean a mass amount of onion, peel a mass amount of carrots. I'm going to grate the carrots on my food processor because doing it on a grater, you could do it on a grater or any other kind of tool that you might have. Even a julienne tool would work, but it just takes way more work. So I like to do it in the food processor. I've already pre-chopped the onion here, but you could also chop it in the food processor. Just be aware that the food processor will probably chop it a little bit finer than how I have it chopped here. So I prefer to do this by knife, but of course you have to deal with the onion juice and it's stinging your eyes. But food processor is also an option for the onion as well. So I will show you how I grate the carrots, and then I will show you how I saute it all together, let it cool down, and how I freeze them individually. So I've got the lid on. I've got a couple of carrots started in there. All you would do is press down with this tool, or just let the carrots drop by itself. And you just turn on either this high setting or do a pulse. I'm gonna just turn it on high and show you what it does. And that's how easy it is. This is how much carrot I've shredded. It's probably about 20-25 medium-sized carrots. I have the Kitchenaid food processor. It's really good, very powerful. All the pieces can be dishwasher washed. I do like to wash the blades by hand though, just so that they don't get dull. That blade will chop onions, but it does, like I said, chop it a little finer than if you did it with a knife. Here I am warming up my cast iron enameled pan. This is an Amazon Basics brand, but it's really good, really durable. It's not as sticky as a traditional cast iron pan, and it's very easy to clean. So I would recommend getting one if you don't have one already. I'm just pouring a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in here. I like the Trader Joe's with the pourable spout at the top, very easy to use. And when I'm low, I kind of refill it with any kind of olive oil. So these are my carrots, onions. I also added a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm adding a little bit more olive oil to the top to get these vegetables nice and browned. I also added a little bit of garlic powder and chili flakes. After just a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of sauteing on kind of a medium-high heat, the vegetables should start browning. They don't have to be cooked through completely because they will continue cooking in your recipe that you'll use it for. Here are the red pepper flakes that I added, and this is the roasted garlic powder that I use to flavor these types of dishes. This is the finished sauteed carrots and onions. I split it up into 4 plastic bags. The 2 blue ones are freezer bags. The 2 pink ones are non-freezer, so I will put those in the refrigerator to be used soon. If you didn't have freezer bags, you could just use 2 plastic bags. Now back to the stock prep. This is what the stock looked like after 8 hours in the crock pot. You could keep it longer, 12 hours. You could even do it overnight on low, keep refilling the water. I'm going to strain it through a fine mesh sieve and then put it into these 2 Ball brand jars that I have. You could put them in the freezer in the glass jars, or you could even pour the stock into any kind of plastic or glass container, or even into a freezer bag. But for me, it's easier to use and pour it out of a jar. And there's our frozen sauteed carrots and onions that have been in the freezer for a bit. I'm happy with these 2 easy projects that help me stock up on both my broth and vegetables for future meals. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.